Hello and welcome to After the Anchor podcast. I am Leslie Wise, and today I have one of my I'd say probably only BFFs, and she has entertained the idea to let me interview her. So without further ado, my friend Bonni. Hello, Bonni. I got you into the studio, and we're just going to pretend like we're at home. So only right now is it going to be awkward. I just got done traveling, and you just got done traveling. And we already know that we're going to talk about this because we've been talking about what we're going to talk about. But I was so angry yesterday after a backstory. You get to the airport. You're already like rushing to get to the airport. So where did you just go?
So Javier and I just got back from a beautiful week in Wyoming and Colorado. We did a couple concerts, rodeo, fly fishing, all the
What concert
outdoorsy
did you
stuff.
do?
We saw Brooks and Dunn, and we also saw Luke Bryan.
Do you think that it was like cooler to see Brooks and Dunn in Wyoming? Or wait, did you see him in Wyoming?
Yes.
Yes, you saw him in Wyoming, and then you saw the other person.
Also in Wyoming.
Oh, they were both there.
Yes.
And then you did the fishing in Colorado.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we golfed a couple days.
Do you think it would have been the same to see them in Dallas or Texas?
Absolutely not. Something about that Wyoming sky. I mean, it was July. It was 55 degrees at night. It was outdoors. It was beautiful. And to be out there with 20,000 cowboys, it just...
Were the skies like pink, or were they orange, or was it...
Beautiful sunsets, but I mean, by the time these guys started, it was like 10 o'clock at night. So it was just you, the stars.
That's amazing.
Yes, it was awesome.
Was everybody wearing fun stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get all sorts of ideas?
So, yes, it was... It's funny. Everybody prefaced me. They were like, hey, Frontier Days is not like the Houston or Fort Worth Rodeo. You know, put on your Lucchese's and your bedazzled hats. It's really country.
It's country. It's country. I love because you had the, what is it? A cravat? Not a cravat. What is that?
Silk scarf.
A silk scarf. Yes. I saw that. Okay. So you're on your way to this amazing trip, and you've got rid of your kids, you've got your shit packed, and you get to the airport, and it's like all of a sudden, as soon as you walk in through those double doors, what do you start to feel?
Anxiety. Anytime you go to the airport, I feel like you just got to know where you're going. Everything's changing last minute, but the worst part is going through TSA. For sure.
It's TSA, yeah. And sometimes like the bag ladies, they're really nice, and sometimes they're like, they literally, it's kind of like, today did they get the memo to suck every dollar out of you? Because one day it's okay to have a bag at 60 pounds, and then the next day you can't have it at 57 or whatever. I don't know what the technical bag weights are. And they're like, that's an oversized bag. That's $100. And they look at you like, you despicable human, and you're going to pay that when there's people starving, and you're like, I don't have a choice. I'm already here.
My favorite is watching families unzip their suitcases right at the ticket counter and pull out pairs of jeans and hats and anything they can to make that sucker less than 50 pounds.
We haven't even gone on the trip. Or like, we just want to get home now. Like, why? Why are you making it? Okay, so now we've made it. Okay, I did clear. If it's clear, I'm going to the term. I don't care if I'm flying out of A. I don't know what terminal has it. I think it's B has clear now. So I'm going to B18 to do clear only. And it was like $35 for the year. And now someone literally walks you they say, let me have your license. And they're like, oh, come this way. And then they walk you literally to the TSA agent. And that TSA agent is very nice. She's like, oh, come over here this way. Because she's not dealing with all the other people that are anxietied out like us.
Sure. And also, you know, we both travel a lot. So I feel like you and I are more accustomed to things that need to happen and where to go and what you need to have ready. A lot of people aren't. So that's, I think, where a lot of their irritation comes from, is that you get somebody in front of you that doesn't know they need to have their boarding pass or their license again, right?
But you're really smart. And I like, don't you ever feel really, like I was telling you, it's like one person will say, keep your, okay, it's not the shoes, because now we're all allowed to keep our shoes on. That's amazing.
That just changed.
Yes, that was really nice. But I literally go, laptops and tablets, and they said everything out. And he walked off to go get more of the trays because we didn't even have the trays. And this lady came with the trays and she goes, everything in the bags, nothing out of the bags. And I was like, I'm just one person trying to do my best right now. And then her voice changed a little bit. And then it's like you get to the security area and they're like, get behind your kid, get beside it. And they're like, don't do this. And I'm like, why are we yelling at me? It's 8 a.m.
Absolutely. And for me, I feel like every airport you go in, there's different rules. Every airport you go in, there's different rules. And they're expecting you to know, like, you travel through that specific airport on a regular basis, which is not always the case.
Or they expect it to all be, they think that it's the same for, like, it's not, or well, clearly that's a Ashtray 5000 machine that doesn't require you to do anything with it. Just let your shit go through. Oh no, that's the old timey Oregon Trail model. No, we got to take everything out, liquids and all. Oh, yeah, and let's throw away all of your expensive stuff. We don't even give you an envelope. Like, you want to pay for postage? Guess what? We're going to charge you $10, but you can actually mail this makeup that you brought, your lotion. Like, they just do it. They're not idiots. They're just doing it on purpose.
My favorite is going to watch them dig the expensive stuff out of the trash. And it's not just at the airport. I've seen it at sporting events too.
Well, maybe I might start digging it out of the trash so that I can travel. Did you know that the FAA air traffic control runs on a system with 1,000+ failures a week?
No, but you already know I'm a nervous flyer, so it's
Yeah.
probably a statistic I didn't need
Penelope
to
said,
know.
I go, it's like, I heard it's from the 80s. And I was like, that's like the Oregon Trail. And my daughter, who is 9, said, it's not like the CD one, it's that other one. And I'm like, you know about the floppy disk? She said, that's the one, Oregon Trail. They use floppy disk.
Which aren't floppy, by the way.
What are they? Oh, no, there was the floppy before that. I used to love to take those apart. I was a hugely destructive child. I mean, quite honestly, I have all sorts of stats and things here about like what they're planning on doing, but we're just not going to give any more airtime to the airlines. I mean, barely half the time, none of it is comfortable, and everybody's in a bad mood. Okay, so here we go. Mental health tip. What do you do whenever you're other than the obvious, like when we get to the airport, we take something that helps us calm and relax.
I like to have a couple of bevies.
Yes, yes. Thank you for bringing us to the point of drinking, travel people. Okay, I want to ask you. Okay, we're gonna switch it up now. I'm gonna go to something funny, or not. Maybe we're gonna hear some stuff. Okay, this is a whole new section. Okay, these are personal confessions. Are you ready? Okay, yes. Let me make sure there's nothing on the ground that I can knock over here. Because I'm like gonna get comfy this time. For real, for real. Are you comfy?
I am.
Good. I want you to be comfy. Okay. The guilty, the awkward, and the did I just say that out loud moments. What is what's the pettiest revenge you've ever pulled? Like have you ever revenged? And you don't have to say who, you don't have to say what, or like what the occasion was, or like petty revenge.
I don't think.
Not even as a teenager? Like,
I know that's what I was thinking of because that would have definitely been the time I would have done it.
I think just being you right now is the best revenge to anything. But it's like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
If you think about, it's that one comment that they like, I read a lot, that meme, and it's like, if 10-year-old me could see me, that's like sobering. And then like 17-year-old me, 25-year-old, oh my gosh, the divorcing mom with a baby old me would have been like, you are on LSD. So, okay, so you're not a vengeful person.
I'm not. I feel like I'm just straightforward, and if something needs to be said, I just say it.
Mm-hmm. Um, Well, again, this goes something you did that would ruin a family gathering if they knew. Kind of like, when you're sitting at the dinner table and your sister's like, so and so got a tattoo this weekend. Do you have any of those where it's like any
Oh, I've spilled some secrets.
Okay, tell me one of them.
Um,
If you have any of the top, and again, if you're like, wait a second, you remember it in the middle of conversation later, I want to hear it.
okay. I mean, it's been a few
You
years,
got to think
but
about it. Okay. Okay, boyfriends. I actually have, it's not dirty. It's a psychotic. It wasn't a dirty trick. It was crazy. I was a crazy girl. Okay, what is the dirtiest trick you've ever pulled in a relationship?
dirtiest trick. Okay, so this is gonna be so not what you're looking for.
Tell me.
But it's funny. I don't like to share my snacks with Javier
That's okay. I don't need that
at all. And when he's always like, "You're so stingy," I'm like, "It doesn't say share size."
No, it doesn't say it at all.
You wanted a snack, you should have got one
You
yourself.
should have got one so you don't share your snacks.
No, and what's funny is that he gets so upset at me about that. Yeah, he gets so upset about it. He's like, "I've never met anybody that's this stingy." Well, guess what? He met his match with my Penelope, because she also doesn't like to share her stuff.
Yeah, and see, and my Penelope expects it. It's like she's like, "What's yours is mine, and what's mine is also mine," and you have to still ask permission. Like, I can't touch her eyelash curler. I used her eyelash.
Of
Did you know
course
you're
she has,
using my eyelash curler?
and of
I'm
course she
like,
has one. Yeah.
yeah, I don't even have one.
Well, not anymore.
No, I don't. Yeah, so I'm like, I was using hers today too. Yeah, I was. My dirtiest trick was something a little bit more like psychotic, but like really psychotic. No, I remember I had a boyfriend, and he really made me. Oh my gosh, am I gonna? Okay, he'd really. I don't remember. We'd clearly been drinking. I was super super young, but old enough to be living out on my own and drinking age, and he really upset me. And he was like, "I'm gonna sleep out on the couch." I was like, "Oh, no, you gotta come and sleep in the bedroom." I didn't want him to sleep on the couch, just because I'd had a fight. I want you to come in and like win my affection back. So I pretended like I was going to do something like violent, and I was like just standing over him on the couch behind him. And I was doing nothing, but I was like, if you don't come to bed, something bad is going to happen tonight to one of us. Oh my gosh. So see, I've come a long way. Kurt. Oh my God. Okay. See, here's these kind of cringy things that I'm going to be talking about. But anyway, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing." And he was like, "Why are you standing there?" And I'm like, "No reason. I really wish you'd just come back to bed." So it's weird because that is normal behavior. Like, I'm flushing, but that's like normal crazy behavior of behaviors that I was exposed to with like friendships. And it's like you tell them these conversations the next day and it's stuff you laugh about. And then they go and they're like, "Oh, yeah. Well, do you know what I did last night?" And it's like, "Oh, what did you do?" And it's like I assaulted them with like, hot tomato sauce. And I'm like, "Oh, so we're all crazy. It's okay." And then it doesn't sound so bizarre until you're telling it and you're like, "Oh my gosh, you were terrifying this person, like to the point where he didn't know if it was safe to fall asleep." And I'm like, "It was okay. I was like 19." If you know any of my past, then you could be able to figure out which boyfriend that was, but not one that I married or anything. Thank God. I mean, I think we tried to, but it was never going to work out. I mean, could you see me as that violent kind of like psycho? Like,
No,
no, was that shocking for
a
you?
little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, everybody has a past, right?
Oh no, but so I think it was part of like manipulation.
You're like, "Oh no, it's also my future."
No, that's what I'm saying. Like there's so many things that like, and again, I never did that again. That was really crazy stuff. I mean, look, we go low whenever we have no angel, and I will meet you where you meet me. But if I'm not exposed to that, it's not going to come out. It's like if I'm not being pushed to this point where I now want to be like, you've literally pushed me so far that I'm kind of like lost my mind. Now I'm going to fuck with you. And that's where I was in that time of my life. But again, like all of my girlfriends and we were all fucking with each other, but we were getting it as good as we were giving it. This is the time of life where like someone's throwing your car keys on the roof or pretending that they're throwing them on a roof of a bar just so you can't get home. And then they start walking off and you're in like the sketchy side of like downtown Fort Worth, not downtown Fort Worth, sorry, like Camp Bowie Boulevard, at 2 a.m. So like you're meeting their psycho with psycho because they've brought you there.
Oh, I've absolutely been in relationships like
Yeah,
that.
you see what I mean? So it wasn't like I was like, I'm going to hurt you because like you hurt my feelings. No, I don't know what brought it out, but did he deserve to be feared? No. But was I really ever going to do anything? No. But manipulation was huge in my family growing up. Like, that's how you got what you wanted. You scared them or you made them feel guilty enough that they didn't have a choice. And so, like, I could have really turned into a different human. Oh, la la, look at where we went. Okay, this is really embarrassing. This happens all the time. Do you ever wave at someone that you think is waving at you?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that happened to me last week.
It's one of the worst. And you're like, hi.
Or when you're waving at somebody and they don't know you're waving at them, so they don't wave back, and then everybody's staring at you, waving at absolutely nothing. And then 2 hours later, that person's like, were you waving at me earlier? And I'm like, sure was. Thanks for just now recognizing that.
Oh my gosh. This is in the same, it's not the same sense, but it's the most public places you've ever tripped or fallen.
Okay.
She says, oh, do you have like any fun stories about that? Like, I mean, not fun, embarrassing.
Tripping, falling, I'm sure. I mean, listen, these days, if I trip or fall, it's going to be
you
catastrophic.
Almost had a wardrobe malfunction.
I did.
I was there for it.
Yes, so that's where I was segueing into this is no tripping or falling, but Super Bowl last year, Las Vegas. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, the who of who is there, and they're out on the town having nice dinners, and everybody's dressed to the nines. And so I decided to wear a ball gown to dinner. And as we are going down the escalator at the Bellagio heading to Prime, I look down and see a couple of UFC fighters, Dana White, some NFL players, Chris Bierman. I mean, the who of who. And as I'm stepping off the escalator decides to pull me back.
Eat your dress.
And I look around thinking that my husband's stepping on my dress and I was going to punch him in the gut. And lo and behold, it was the escalator turning with my dress underneath it. And the first thing I thought of is, I don't have anything on under this dress. And I immediately grabbed all my lady bits and held on tight, thinking if I'm going to salvage anything from this, it's going to be these 3 sections. And your lovely husband and my husband played tug of war between the escalator with my dress.
I was oblivious. I just heard you going. You're like, ah.
And they ended up freeing my dress, which ended up being a shark bite looking bottom. That was really popular back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
It was not intentional, 2024, but I ended up wearing that dress the rest of the night. And listen, the ladies that saw it happen at the host stand showered me with champagne and wanted to make sure I was okay. And I said, listen, we're going to make the best of this night. And then you and I went upstairs and
we gambled. We won.
And we hit a jackpot.
And we did. We tend to hit jackpots.
So
jackpots whenever we're together. And if we don't, we're moving on. Put some money in. For how many rolls? How many rolls do we typically? I guess it really
depends.
feels the machine. just depends. But I think a good one is about 4 and 4. And we're like, you haven't even paid us our ante, not even half of our ante.
Then we move on.
Then we move on. Okay, on to our next friendship breakups that hurt worse than most romantic ones. Are we going to talk about this time, or are we going to talk about that another time?
I mean, I feel like that could get really deep.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time, because there's going to be a next time. Or is there going to be a next time?
There'll be a next
Okay,
time.
yeah. Okay. Trauma bonding disguised as instant connection. Okay, we do need to talk about this, because friendships can happen in a second. And I was at this party last night, okay? And so the birthday girl was there. I know her, but she's hosting a party. She is everywhere doing what she's supposed to be doing, enjoying her party. My friend who was there fell ill and she left. So now I'm mingling with people who I've met many times, but I've never had any like intimate one-on-one, even like non-intimate one-on-one conversations. But do you know what that comes off as when you don't go out of your way? You come off as a bitch. You come off as stuck up, unapproachable, da da da. But meanwhile, I'm wandering around going like, okay, who can I talk to that's not going to think that I'm like a basket case? Or like, who am I going to not try to dump on? And so even like I forgot 2 women's names. And so I had gone right by them and I was like, no, you go back. Even though you've hung out with them, you've had lunches with them. You go back and you just be like, I'm really sorry. I can't remember your names right now. But I didn't want to not say hi.
Sure.
And that's what I did. And so growth. But then I did sit down with 2 lovely women. And they're a little bit younger than me. So they were very quick to just instantly start sharing a bunch of stuff. And I was like, oh, I remember being that girl. I remember. And I'm still that girl. If you know me, I'm not going to, whatever. And I found myself going, this is how you make those connections. And it's like, oh, you're divorced too. Oh, your ex was toxic. Oh, you have this childhood. Oh, and I mean, I guess we do have to relate on some level of something that bonds us humanly. Like you and I have a human connection bond of some sort. It's not trauma bonded, but we do connect over our pasts and our vulnerabilities with each other. But where's the borderline? Like, I'm terrified to have new friends. I'm petrified.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially with, when we were growing up, you didn't have the Facebooks and the TikToks and Instagram.
You're saying the Facebooks and the TikToks. I need a whistle.
I'm 90.
Where's your piece of hay with the whistle, Okay. The
But,
Kmarts, the Walmarts.
We did have those. We did have those.
Okay, sorry. Yes. So no, we didn't have that.
So I feel like social media has played a huge part in, today's expectations, throwing birthday parties. Can't just go to a park anymore with some snow cones. Now you have to have the whole get up, the bounce houses and balloon arches and all the things, keeping up with the Joneses. So for me, I have a lot of friends, like from different parts of life, and who you can trauma dump to, right? Like not all of them know everything about me. It's perspective.
And that's why it's important that friends don't talk with other friends about each other, because it's like, just because I've shared that with you doesn't mean that I feel safe sharing it with Carol down the street, who's going to go and twist my words
and go tell the HOA.
Go tell the PTA. She's part of all the OAs, all the associations of all of that. So yeah, Bonni, so in your age genre, do you feel that this keeping up with the Joneses, not for you necessarily, but I mean, for me, I didn't see it like that back then. But when I was living at our old house, I was very much worried about what all my neighbors were doing. What flowers? Oh, they've got flowers in their flower pots. I've got to go and get flowers in my flower pots. I'm not just going to go to get these flowers. I need to go to Callaway's and get the flowers. We got to go to Callaway's and go shopping for the flowers. And I mean, I loved it. I love doing all that stuff. It gives me a lot of happiness, and I kind of like craft, but oh, they've got a nice car. And I'm still driving my car that I don't make payments on. So it was a little bit. Do you see that with your friends and stuff? Not friends, but people in the
Sure.
circles.
Yeah, no, I see it. It's funny, I definitely don't have the neighborhood vibe where I'm like, "Oh, they have this," none of that. But for me, it's more just wanting to make sure that my kids feel included in things. I think that's the most important thing for me.
Yeah, it does get very, and it gets very, what's the word? Expensive.
For sure.
It gets very expensive because they want to have this, and then you're like, well, I didn't have that. So I want to make sure, like the Lisa Frank stuff. I'm like, oh, trapper keepers that weren't used, that weren't like taped on the binders, and like crayons that weren't in a sandwich baggie. I'm like, I want my kids to have the box crayons, not the random ones my mom dug out of the trash because I was too lazy to, like, ugh. So it gets very expensive, and it's like I try to always remind my kids, like, it's all gone. It could all be gone one day, and none of it matters, stripped down to bare nothing. And I think they see that. But it's so fun it's fun to do the fun stuff.
It is. And I think for me, I want to give my kids stuff that I didn't get growing up, and, whatever I have to do to make sure that they're happy and that they're thriving.
They're in all the
and
activities.
all the activities.
You're always with the kids.
This week we start, so Penelope's playing soccer again. That's a minimum of 3, if not 4 days a week commitment. Started her up in softball. That starts this week. That's 2 days. And then Oliver's playing T-ball, which is 2 practices and 1 game a week. So we have sports 7 days a week for the
People
children.
judge for that too. That was a big thing. Like, oh, they need to be kids. And I'm like, and do what? What else are they going to do? Be up my butt? Like, I'm bored. I'm this. No, fill them up. Fill them up. Everybody's like, they need downtime. They get downtime.
They do get downtime. Be outside. Tablets,
No.
TV.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Like, go outside. And for me, we've had Oliver's younger, so we just have him in one thing right now. And we had Penelope in one thing for a long time, but I don't want her to ever feel like she has to do just that one thing. I want her to try other things. And so we try to be mindful of their time and things that they want to do as well. So it's a hard mix.
And then you have to, I don't know how you do it. I don't know. I'm like, and then you have to not lose who you are in the same process, but you do such a good job of that. I just don't know where you, like, do you have one of those AI calendars that tells you exactly where to be every second?
No, it's in my head. We do have a family calendar, though. Javier says that he can't keep up with me. So we are active, doing stuff for the kids. I also work full time.
And doing stuff for you.
Exactly. And I think that's why I travel a lot, because I feel like that is me time. That is where I can find myself and be myself. And then I come home and feel like I'm a better version of myself for my kids.
Yeah. And you've been able to do, like, I always have time to kind of do some reflecting whenever I'm away, and I don't need to be like asked why this and what can I have that. And I'm like, okay, I can finally start to think about who I am as a person.
Be you.
Yeah, be me. Let me look. How are you feeling, Bonni?
Feeling good.
I'm so happy you're feeling good. I was like, I'm going to put these on the floor. Meh. Oh, confessional corner. Okay, I'm going to go with these. Have you ever told a lie to get out of something?
Oh, for sure.
Do you ever okay, yeah. What is a lie that you've told to get out of? You don't have to tell what it was. Like, can you think of a lie?
Yes, I've definitely used the excuse that one of my children has been ill.
Don't you get freaky? Don't you get freaked out though when you do that?
Yeah, like the people are gonna find out. And
Oh
listen,
no, that they're gonna get like sick.
Oh,
I
no.
always,
No.
why are we so different?
It's more of people finding out because it's not that I don't want to go to your event. It's just it was the one night of the week that we didn't have something and I just needed a minute. And it's not that I don't want to celebrate you or go out with you. It is simply just because I needed one night for me.
And if people didn't try to talk you out of your convictions, then it would be a totally different. It's like, oh, babe, just come over for an hour. Oh, just don't even worry. Don't get dressed up. Don't do. Yeah, let me come over to your house like a potato. Yeah, let me just do that, and let me sit here very energetically drained, and for you. No, it is, and don't you wish that you could just be like, I really wish I could, but I just cannot tonight.
Absolutely.
And then go, I've seen your calendar. I know you're busy. Like, it'd be so much nicer if we didn't, but maybe if we didn't get hauled to court so much, we wouldn't have to make up little, scenarios.
Well, and listen, I've got a 5 and a 6-year-old, so when we leave the house, it's no easy task. We leave with everything but the kitchen sink.
Why is there so much crap?
I mean,
There's
and why do
so
we have to
much.
take it everywhere?
So much. Penelope brought 2 books, headphones, 2 chargers, makeup, hand sanitizer, not makeup, but chapped lips she likes, and then she likes lotion, a hand sanitizer, a jacket thing for the plane, a neck thing. And all of these things are very much like you're going to use them on the plane. You are a little notepad, a little pen. But why? Why? And then now I have to keep up with your shit because I'm not going to make you carry the 15-pound bag. I'm not going to.
Well, and that's the thing they don't realize. Our kids always bring the most random things to restaurants. And I'm like, you're going to leave that there. And then when they do, they get upset. And it's like, I have to make sure I keep up with you, not you and your stuff.
Yeah, that's what happened to Jasper's Froggy. And Curtis felt horrible. We had a Froggy. Vincent had a blankie. Penelope had a dodo or pacifier. And I was like, Wally. She did have Wally.
Oh, I remember Wally
Yeah.
face.
What's the weirdest thing you've Googled at 2 a.m.?
Oh, I am one of those people. This has actually happened this week. I am one of those people that if I'm watching a movie and somebody looks familiar, I have to go scroll their IMDb from that movie to go figure out how I know who they are or what they have played in. So that's one thing I do. I've also Googled things like if people are still alive, Mandela effect. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks so-and-so's dead. And then you're like, are they dead?
Is that okay? My mom does that. But so my mom will, and then they always end up dying. It's fair. Yeah. So I always tell my mom, I'm like, please don't Google me. Curtis is the same. He'll tell her, he's like, Judy, just don't don't Google so-and-so. Please never Google like Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
I think I'm going to unfriend your mom on Instagram.
I would definitely. She's full of that British voodoo, that crazy Judy.
No, just kidding, Judy.
Just kidding.
I'm going to start liking all your posts.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to take it to I've got some stats here talking about relationships and friendships. Did you know that 49% of adults say that they have 3 or fewer close friends? If you have 4 or more, you're basically a social billionaire. I think I'm a social billionaire.
I think I am as well.
I think you're a social trillionaire. Trillion. And it's funny because I don't know any of your I mean, I know like obviously the friends that like we see on a commonality, but like you have a whole plethora of other women and men that you're like close with that I see in your stories and in your posts, but I've never met them. But I see you with them like 4, 5, 6 times like consistently. And I like that. It's fun. It's like there's this like, I don't know, you just have so many friends.
Like I said, just different parts of life, right?
How do you keep everybody like appeased?
Well, and that's some guilt that I have, right? Like I always want to make sure that I am spending time with everybody and I want to hang out with everybody. And then I also get FOMO real bad. So if I'm hanging out with one group of friends and I see another group of friends doing something, I'm like, damn it, I should be there.
Yeah. I talk about my feelings so much to you, and it's all like, I would never, like, I know you have FOMO. It's just, I don't ever think like, and again, you're just like, just the invite, just send the invite.
Yes.
But then I also don't want you to ever feel like you're like, well, I really need to go do that because I'm the opposite. I'm like, please don't make me feel like I'll call out an hour before we meet up. But you know me, it's not because I want to be an asshole. It's just because like, hey, the brain's not working today very well. But I need to like, we need to talk about your feelings more. Not right now.
That'd be
One,
pretty loaded for day one.
yeah, it would be. 1 in 4 people have ghosted a close friend. I've done that a couple times. Well, I don't think so. Here's the deal. I don't think you've been ghosted. I think you have not picked up on the cues. And there have been enough cues that have been given to you that if you're not self-aware to go, oh, they've kind of mentioned this a couple times, I don't know. What do you feel? Do you ghost?
I don't ghost.
I'm not good at confrontation.
See, I have no problem. That's what I'm saying. Like being like, hey,
You're gonna be like, oh, but I'll change. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think that it's gonna like someone's gonna try to talk me out of my convictions, and then they're gonna see the crazy lady. That's where I always don't want to go. Like I don't want to be talked out of my because I was so manipulated and so controlled that I feel like if I've told you that you've upset me and it's just been disregarded and it happens again, or you're not hearing me, that's it. I'm like, well, all you're trying to do is make me your puppet, And I think that's so good about us is we just are not controlling. You're a good human.
oh, well, thank you. I think you are as well. And yes, I get your sentiments on there. I feel like if there were certain situations, I've known some of your ghosting past friendships, and I would totally, if I
You
were in your
approve this
shoes,
message?
yes, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it's situational.
Yeah. Because I feel like I don't feel that any of my friendships have ever held me back. All of my friendships were genuine and deep, deep, deep love. Like if I give you my time, I love you. I love you because I don't even like, have that for myself. So if I'm
Right.
if I'm hanging out and it's like if we aren't together, you hurt me beyond repair. And it's like if you couldn't see what you did to hurt me, I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
And
shouldn't have to.
but at the same time, whenever those relationships end, I feel like they're better for themselves too. Like they don't, whatever it was in me that was triggering them is gone. And then they can grow. Because I feel like I keep a lot of people, I'm an enabler too. So I keep a lot of people in their toxic habits because I'm like, oh, well, let me just do this for you. Let me just fix this. Or I tell them, oh, it's okay for this behavior when it's like, actually, bitch, that's crazy. Like, you should not be behaving like, but then I'm judgmental and I don't want to control people. You know that. Okay. Next one. 40%. I was a little sorry. Oops. Did I mess it up? For, um, I can believe this. 40%. I'm not excited to see as life changes and grow. Well, I'm excited to see how much of this becomes true for you. 40% of friendships end due to life changes. Let's be honest.
I believe that.
So yeah, that's what you were just saying.
Absolutely. And, I have, again, friends from all parts of life, and there are some that I still am close with, but it's funny, friends that I grew up with, out of like the 4 or 5 that I was super, super close with, I would say there's one now that I still continually talk to. And
Yeah.
we may not get to see each other every day, but we're in the parts of life where our kids are in sports every weekend and we're both working.
Yeah.
So it's just, you got to make the time.
I feel like those friendships too, though, you come back once you've made it out of the, I'm like, you're in it. That's what I like to say to someone whenever someone's really just discombobulated. I like to say, you're just in it right now and you're going to be out of it.
Absolutely.
Like you're in it. It feels awful that all you are is kids and kids and kids and kids and kids and kids. And I'm like, but that's only going to be for like 6 months. And that seems awful. But it's like, okay, so in those 6 months, find 6 things to do during those 6 months. And then that way you can be like, okay, well, I have something this month. I have something next month. But you're just in it and it doesn't last forever. And I'm definitely not one of those people that's like, I wish I was back in it. I wish we were.
It's like those memes. You've seen them where it's like, middle-aged moms in the thick of it. And it'll be like,
Yes.
oh, let's hang out. Okay, let me look at my calendar. And then it'll be like, how about July 3rd next year? And it's like,
That used to make me, I would tell Curtis, I'd be like, the girls, so especially you are so good at scheduling. And I've always lived by the seat of my pants.
I'm a planner.
None of my friends had careers. None of my friends, are we seeing a pattern? All very dependent. Well, no, I mean, okay, wait a second. I did have a couple of one was within the government and then one in law enforcement. So yes, I have had career and educated friends. But for the majority, we've kind of just been, taken care of. And what was I saying? This is what I was talking about. I just went blank. My mind went blank. What were we just
Talking about how I'm a planner and
Oh,
your
I
schedules
always,
in
it was like,
advance.
we need to hang out. And this group of friends of ours was so socially calendar busy. And it'd be like, we can hang out in 6 months. And I'd be like, I'm not even going to be alive in 6 months. What are we talking about? Like, how can you plan 6 months ahead? Like, how can I look forward to 6 months? I live so like I need it to be like 2 weeks. Like, let's plan for 2 weeks. But I'm learning how to do it
6 months is pretty intense. I would say when I am looking at making plans, I have a 3-month window I'm looking at. Isn't that insane? But then again, kids sports,
3
man.
months. Now I get it. I get it because I've learned to adjust and adapt. And I'm like, oh, that's really not that bizarre. Like to have some, like for us to be planning, which we're going to be talking about at the end of this. There's so much in here that we're not going to cover on that part, but I've got to keep going to the other. No, it's like, I understand now how to do the looking for our trip to Vegas for football and BravoCon, which I don't even know if that's going to happen, the BravoCon part, but whatever. Now I understand it's something to look forward to, whereas I was always living in the moment, and that's kind of like that high, like fix, like your fix now. Like, I can't get a fix in 3 months today. Like, I need the fix now. Like,
Oh,
what are we
see, for
doing
me,
what are we doing this weekend? Can't. I got plans. I'm like, damn it.
something to look forward to, something to plan. Like, I can get childcare lined up. I can take off PTO for work. I can pick out an outfit. We can discuss how crazy we're going to get on the airplane, like all the things.
I'm getting behind that, but the Beachbody girls did that because there was all the planning. It was like, on one day we're gonna have pink and we're gonna have this, and then that night we're gonna all do sequins. And at first I was like, these women are crazy. But then I was like, oh my gosh, I get to do all my fun fashion, stuff.
And plan for it.
Yes,
You get to pack it.
and we're planning. It was 2 months of planning of this because it's like, they were making plans for a convention. So I know conventions aren't made overnight. And so it was just all part of growing up and learning, just waiting for this stuff. Okay, I want to talk about a viral moment. We were literally talking about, what do you think about these TikTok things? Like challenges, like the ice bucket challenge and the planking challenge and parkour. Okay, the nude one. Tell me about that one that you saw with the
Oh, the one where they're all in stilettos, standing on random items on top of counters. I mean, one lady broke her back
What would
trying
you
to do
have
it.
done if you saw that? If you saw me do it, would you think, of course, or would you go, what the fuck? Honestly,
I mean, listen,
I love platforms.
I know, but I don't want you to break your back.
I know. That's what I was thinking too. And I was like, okay, if I just squeeze my tree trunk really hard, I won't fall. And that's what I think she did. She let go of her core. She quit like holding it, and then everything just went wobbly. There's some insane ones. I'm waiting for someone to do it on like some sort of, very insane.
The ones that are on like high noon cans,
Yeah.
they're
Very insane.
like,
And your kids are watching, and then you're going to yell at your kid for doing something stupid, and he's going to
Exactly.
go, I watched you do it.
do not try this at home should be the number one thing. And listen, some of these people have edits and all sorts of things to make it look a certain way.
Yeah, they don't know that like their husband was literally holding or someone was holding them, and you just go, eraser, erase the hand.
Right.
Like you can erase things on your phone. You don't even need an editing app. It has that eraser button now. I've erased trash cans out of pictures. It's crazy. Do you ever do that?
I don't. Need you to teach me your ways.
I'm going to show you before we leave.
Perfect.
Nah, we're not gonna give any of that. I really want to get to these. I really want to get to these questions of yours. Oh wait, after touching a haunted box, had near. Did you know that Post Malone and a haunted box curse? After touching a haunted box, he had 3 near-death experiences in a month.
No,
What?
and Post Malone has our heart, so I mean, we need to look more
I
into
did not even
that.
know that. That's like Post Malone trivia. Dolly Parton in the Seismograph concert. A concert crowd stomped so hard it registered seismic activity in Knoxville, Tennessee.
I mean, listen, I didn't know Dolly went hard like that, but
Keanu Reeves, what do we a lot of younger people are not going to know. Like, I mean, he was the Matrix. He was more than the Matrix. He was like
John Wick, The
like,
Replacements.
like the, heartthrob of, okay. Keanu Reeves bought an ice cream just so a shy 16-year-old girl or boy could have his autograph on the receipt. I
Like,
love it.
Why
I love
can't
it.
all celebrities be feel-good human beings?
I don't know. Cher in the Twitter pothole war, she complained about Malibu potholes in line and they were patched within 48 hours. The power of Cher. What about food? Cher.
Cher needs to come to some areas around where we live. Pothole Central.
Yeah, terribleness, terrible pop culture. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal and Carnival Cruises as the chief fun officer boosted bookings for over 50 travelers. Okay, so are you going to buy into something when you see a celebrity endorsing something? Because it's Shaquille O'Neal, would you be like, that is going to be do you want to go see him one day? Shaq, DJ Diesel?
I mean, I'm in. Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever heard of DJ Diesel?
No.
And so Shaquille O'Neal is a DJ now. And he was at Panther Island in Fort Worth.
Yeah, do you know he lives around here, right? He bought a house in like Carrollton or something.
Maybe he'll come on the podcast. Could you imagine?
I don't know where he'd fit.
We'd have to. Oh yeah, right here yeah, exactly. We just have him right here. Yeah, I think Shaquille O'Neal can get me to do stuff. I feel like I find him.
It depends on who it is, right?
He's authentic. I don't feel like he's gonna be doing it to profit.
Exactly.
I don't
That's a
feel
feel-good
him.
celebrity.
Yeah. He profits in many other ways. I think that he has like, in my opinion, I would imagine him having legit businesses. These are my income making, businesses.
He does.
And like, I don't need to make money off of people.
No, and there's actually been stories of him going around and buying people's Walmart purchases and, whether it's back to school or around Christmas time. So
Yeah, he likes to take people shopping whenever they go. He'll be like, hey, you want a bike? Do you need a bike? Have you seen him buy the bike at Walmart for the
Yes.
people?
Yes.
Yeah, and he calls his kids like gated community gangsters.
Can we hang out with him?
He said he went to get his kid. He told his son he'd buy him a car or something in his car. Like the dealership called him from like Porsche or BMW or one of those things. And he's like, you better take your ass over to Honda.
I want to arm wrestle him. Who do you think would win?
I would love to see him like let you give it your go. Like
I feel like I would have to two-fist it for sure.
I want him to just like curl like woo. That'd be a fun ride. Just like a woo. But then again, look, that's really dangerous. We had people have a problem. People that are bigger men who are like bigger in size like that are all buff, they like to pick up people, and they like to show off how strong they are. A lot of times people get dropped. Remember that happened on Below Deck? It was on one of like the sailing seasons. One of these roided out guys from like Jersey came on the show and was picking her up, and it was the sailing one. And she's like, please put me down. Please put me down. Please put me
Yes,
down.
I
And he
remember
almost
that.
dropped her. That happens a lot. In fact, I know of like a personal instance. It didn't happen to me, but it happened in like our business. Someone just picked up one of the random girls and dropped her. And it's like, oh no, who does that come back on? Oh, you think it came back on the guy? I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna play a game of Would You Rather. This is gonna be
Oh,
we're gonna have fun with this. Okay. Would you accidentally reply all to every email, or would you rather butt dial every mom in every group that you've ever texted?
butt
Wait,
dial
butt dial.
for sure. Replying all, oof, probably wouldn't be employed.
One ends your career, the other ends your will to live. Have a parrot that repeats your intrusive thoughts, or a dog that live streams your arguments. Oh, that'd be fun.
Listen, we're a house full of dogs, but I have to go with parrot.
I love it. Have your search history posted on a billboard, or have your high school yearbook photo go viral?
Oh, high school photo yearbook.
Only whisper during job interviews, or only yell when ordering food?
Yell when ordering food because I feel like I have to do that anyways.
Would you only like to eat cold French fries forever, or drink room temperature coffee for the rest of your life?
Oh, cold French fries.
Smell like garlic, or hiccup every 15 minutes?
Hiccup.
Have your phone crack every week, or have your car engine check light on permanently?
Oh, neither. I'm too OCD for either of those.
Be stuck in the elevator with an awkward person, or with your most hated, well, I guess I'm not going to say coworker. Well, that's so dumb. We don't hate anybody. Be forced to use dial-up internet forever, or watch all movies in 144p. Like the olden days. 144p. I can't do dial-up.
I think dial up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You can't watch Vanderpump Rules in 144p.
No. Nowadays, I feel like if our TV is like a little behind watching sports, I'm like, I can't do this.
Would you like to have a TSA agent follow you everywhere for the day, or have your ex narrate your entire day?
TSA.
Would you rather be photobombed in every picture, or blink in every picture?
Photobomb because you're going to teach me how to erase them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I love that. This one was my favorite question. Would you rather have your life narrated by Gilbert Gottfried, or be bored, or by a bored DMV employee? Do you know who
Yes.
Gilbert Gottfried's that
Oh,
guy?
yes. Definitely DMV.
I think nobody would want Guilford Godfrey to be with me, because could you imagine two of us? Like when I got Borated on the vacation, and I'm all, that's very nice. After every $2, that's nice. I'm like, could you imagine me and Guilford Godfrey together? There would definitely be Harry Carey happening. Okay, dumbest hill you would die on. That means you're like, this is your conviction. Like, you're like, no, I'm going to take a bullet right here on this hill because you are wrong. Wrong. Day drinking is more responsible than night drinking.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
love it. Hotel robes make you 40% classier no matter what's underneath.
Oh, hands down.
Room service French fries taste better than a Michelin star meal.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you have ranch.
For sure. Yeah. Ranch isn't a dipping sauce. Is ranch a dipping sauce, or is it a salad condiment?
Oh.
Salad dressing?
Dipping sauce, hands down, for everything.
It's a little bit too much in a salad sometimes.
Yeah, I like balsamic in a salad, but anything else, I'll dip it in ranch.
Dipping it for ranch, for sure. The middle brownie piece is overrated. Which one do you like?
Oh, middle.
Middle? I like the crunchy.
I like that gooey goodness. Kind of like a cinnamon roll too. We used to fight over the center cinnamon roll.
Pineapple on a pizza?
Ugh.
Tell me how you feel. Cereal is soup and milk is foreplay for the crunch. Don't overthink it. It is soup. Gross. I don't like cereal too much.
So I can only put a little bit of milk in and then lots of cereal. And I even like to put the cereal on the side so it doesn't get soggy.
So it doesn't get soggy. Yeah. Do you like cake is just bread and drag? Do you like cake?
I now love cake. The fact that it's bread and drag.
Bread
Like
and
I've never heard it
drag.
explained like that.
Cake is bread and drag. Icing or no icing?
Oh, icing. I'm not much of a dessert person, but
Yeah?
yeah, I can do cake every now and then.
I like the cake. I could just leave the icing. But then again, I like cheap icing. I love Walmart icing. The sheet cakes.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
The icing in a can is...
I don't want you to think too quickly. What did you last eat?
Banana bread from Starbucks.
Do you think dyes actually affect you? Red dye, blue dye, green dye, yellow dye.
Listen, all my friends...
No, you.
No.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good to know. What condiment is the only one that matters?
Ranch.
What is the only acceptable pizza topping combination?
Pepperoni.
What's your favorite fast food chain?
Chick-fil-A.
What snack tastes better when it's stale? Potato chips, Lay's.
Yeah, probably the yellow bag.
The yellow bag, yeah. Which fast food place has the best fries?
Don't come at me, Arby's curly fries.
Duh. I wouldn't with horsey sauce.
I know,
Is
but
it
everybody's
weird?
like, who keeps Arby's in business?
I eat at Arby's. I left North Park Mall the other day and I'm pulling out, and I've never been to this restaurant. Albernays or something is like right across the street. And where am I? I'm in Arby's parking lot eating my Arby's roast beef with horsey sauce and Arby's sauce. And I was like, fuck you, Albernays. I don't even know. I don't know. What was that? I just flipped off. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, who's the worst fictional character ever written?
You know, I'm not into any of the Harry Potter. I know.
I'm vexed.
Like,
No, I'm not.
I've never watched any of those.
So you don't like a fantasy whimsical?
No. Like, I've never seen, listen, people are going to come at me for this. I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've never seen
That's too
Harry
much.
Potter, any of the Lord of the
Twilight?
Rings, Twilights. I've never seen any of them. I know. Do we need to book a whole Sunday to watch movies? Or
No, but now we're gonna go to Oregon and we're gonna go to
Okay.
Washington, and we're gonna do like, because it's really all cozy, and we're gonna go and we're gonna watch one Twilight movie a day. You're gonna fall in love. I
Hey,
think
let's plan it.
Twilight. Yes. Put it in the calendar, Javi. It's in the put it in the calendar. No, I'm kidding. Okay, on to the next one. What's one smell you'd want as a candle?
I like manly smell, so probably like teak wood.
What kind of human smell? Like life. Do you have a life smell that you like?
I love the smell of Biolage shampoo.
Yes, that's what I mean. See, Biolage shampoo. See, oh, that's hitting at my heart. There's like what's that? Pleasures by Estee Lauder. It's like, Which day of the week is the worst?
Sunday.
What's one thing everyone pretends to like but you secretly hate?
Well, seafood. I can't eat it anyways, but everybody loves seafood and sushi, and I just can't eat it. But I probably wouldn't eat it even if I could.
If you could get rid of an app, what app would it be?
Outlook.
Oh, dang. She's going with that. I don't even know what that is. You're smart. What is it?
Email.
Oh, it's like I just have email. The Google Mail one.
Listen, I feel like I'm so stuck to it. Like, people like to get on social media, TikTok. I am always on my email.
Yeah, I avoid it because people like to send me hate mail, telling me to die. Which animal could you 100% take on in a fight?
Oh, sloth, hands down. Listen, I have a 100% chance there.
What about a kangaroo? Have you seen those things?
Why do they look like they've been in prison?
And the ones that's holding the
jacked up?
dog in the river, and the man's like, all right, I'm coming at you. Like,
They look like they're like prison yard fighting. Why are they so buff?
maybe that's what I looked like to my boyfriend when he was laying on the futon up at me, and I'm all,
A roided kangaroo.
I mean, he was a big guy. He was like, I was like, I was a tiny little girl. I'm like, what do you think I'm doing here?
He's an ex for a reason.
Come to bed. Wonder why he broke up with me on my 21st birthday.
Okay, well that's just wrong.
I couldn't guess why.
That's just wrong.
Okay, we already did that one. Did you know that Machine Gun Kelly, I don't have an opinion. You know what? I really didn't like Post Malone when I was younger. I thought I was super judgy of him, but that also came like around the people that were very judgy too. And I'd be like, ugh. But then I was like, oh my God, love his music. But Machine Gun Kelly, I cannot. And I don't like to talk about people, but
I can't get behind him. The way he looks, dresses, his music, I don't like any of it. And how he lands.
Is his music good? Like, does he talk about anything that like invokes emotion or feelings?
Couldn't tell you. I'm not for it.
He sampled Third Eye Blind. Machine Gun Kelly, Lost Americana includes Starman, and he's sampling Semi-Charmed Kind of Life. Apparently that he had to pay a bunch of money to get rid of that. And I'm like, how dare you take stuff from my generation and use it in your stuff without permission? Okay, so did you know that apparently, and I had to look this up, so there's like, and it's a very enrages people for some reason, but it's called brands are sending these huge jars of foundation. And so it'll be like a jar that's, like bigger than like a Coke can. And then a huge compact with like this foam padding. And so they're like just dripping these jars of like fountain. And of course, it's all for the shock and awe. And the influencers aren't paying for it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of like, why? Why do they send all of this? Like, is it just the shock and awe? But like, do you find that what are your thoughts on waste? Have you seen that? I'm going to send you something.
I know what you're talking about, and I feel like they do it in different forms too, like for all different stuff. Anytime they're advertising anything, I just feel like.
Do you ever find, like, do you get put off by advertising, like when it's like an influencer? Or sometimes if you see someone, not an influencer, but anybody that you follow, like if they're not trying to share something, do you find that you're like, oh, I wonder what they're using?
Yes.
Or I wonder what they're this.
Yes.
But as soon as they start saying, this is what I use, do you go, oh.
Well, and for me, that kind of turns me off because it's like, are you saying that because you actually use it? Mm-hmm. Or are you saying that because you're getting paid to say that? And I know a lot of them say, listen, I would never, represent or have an ad for things that I don't believe in or use. But at the end of the day, they getting paid. So
like, it's so bizarre. I guess I'm really naive because anything that I couldn't, even if I was making any money on it, I would just not be able to because I'm like, that's going to come back on me. It just feels icky. Like if I don't believe it, I can't sell it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like it's just weird. So I have a really hard time also believing stuff that I see on the internet, especially now more than ever.
Well, AI.
AI. Oh, yeah, AI. I mean, I like AI, and I know that that's where it's going, but there is some really freaky stuff. And people believe it. That's the part that gets on my nerves. It's not that I believe it, because I'll look at it and I'll be like, I don't even know if that's real or not. But the people are like, that's real. There's a 500-foot-long anaconda in the Amazon that's the size of trees.
There's been a few things that I have seen, and I don't think I'm a dumb person, but I've been like, wow, I don't know how that giraffe got on the side of the cliff. And then I'm like, oh, that's Probably
That's
not
probably not. It's
real.
very, I do like the AI babies, the AI talking
Oh, see,
babies,
those creep me
like
out.
AI President Trump. I learned a joke from the AI President Trump. It's like one of, can I remember it? Oh yeah. What do you call somebody with no body and no nose? Nobody knows.
Hey, well, this was full circle because I believe the original question was, is the extra foundation in ads? And then we talked about Trump. And, and no, I don't, circling back to it, I don't, that stuff doesn't sell me. Like, I'm going to try it on. I'm going to see what it looks like on my skin.
Yeah.
Like, you doing that just, it's irritating.
It's just irritating. It is weird. It's so wasteful. Did you know that internet gossip? Okay, who do you think got fired allegedly in the original Housewives was fired mid-season for slapping a producer? There's no evidence, but they were suspended in 2024 for it. Alleged.
Oh, gosh.
It's shocking. I didn't think it was her. I thought it would be someone else.
What location?
Okay, I'll give you that. Atlanta.
Oh, was it Portia?
That filled up my throat really bad. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It was Kenya.
Oh, you
Gone with
wouldn't,
the Wind, fabulous.
you wouldn't think that.
No, you wouldn't, because she's Gone with the Wind, fabulous. Isn't she the one that was like chased after by Portia at one of the reunions, and she was like scared and she came with a bodyguard? Or am I just delusional? Maybe I was
Listen,
drinking
I can't
heavily.
keep up with those Atlanta housewives. Things get too crazy for me.
Okay, well, we're going to talk a little bit about it. Let me get here. What do you think about Denise Richards coming back?
Oof. Well, things are definitely going to be an interesting dynamic now that she's going through a terrible divorce.
I'm not excited. I'm not excited that anything happened to her. I'm excited that she's coming on to, like, so it's there. He can't run.
Correct.
He can't run.
And he's slapping her with NDAs. Anytime she goes to the house to pick up her dog, she's getting chased by paparazzi, and it's such a big ordeal. And it's like, he was all for that life. He got a name. Like, he had no issues being on the Housewives. He had no issues starting their own show. And then
Did you
now,
ever watch any of that?
no, I didn't watch their show.
I watched a couple of them just because I was curious about his daughters and seeing how the Sheens, and how they interact with like their dad and stuff. And they're like, they've done a really good job as parents, because like I know that they were falling out with their children, even amongst themselves. But it seems like they have a pretty decent, like a good, forgiven what their children were given in life.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Well, and I love that
sitting in
all
there
of their
pretty
kids are so different too.
Yeah. I'm
To
just
stay true to them.
excited to see. Did you know that just recently this man, I don't even know, poker star co-founder Mark Sheenberg had a 48-hour only invite bash on the Ritz-Carlton's Luminara super yacht. I was looking at it because we just got off the boat, so I was looking at, and it was in the Mediterranean. We didn't even know this. And on one boat, there was Leonardo DiCaprio, Kendall Jenner, Tom Brady, Martha Stewart, Dakota Johnson, Naomi Campbell, Pharrell Williams, Sofia Vergara. They had spa, a mall, an infinity pool. There was no media coverage. Like, what the heck? Like, I want to see, like, what did they look like? What did they do? What were they all doing?
You know what's funny is I get ads for those Ritz-Carlton cruises, and I don't know what my algorithm thinks that
I've never had one. What is it?
I mean, there's these beautiful cruise ships that it's literally everything you just named. It's all the finest of the finest. And it's like there's not a thing that's out of place on these boats. And listen, I've never looked up the price, but I don't know why my algorithm thinks that that's something I should be seeing.
I think that we should look into it. I don't think that it would be too crazy to look into it, right? What's the harm?
Let's plan it.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up, but I have a whole fun section, okay, because we're going to Vegas in November. We're going to go for BravoCon. All the people are going to be there. Again, we don't know if we're going to BravoCon. We don't have tickets yet. apparently there. Now I'm like, I don't really know if I really want to go, but just to be in the
We'll be
vicinity
there.
and in the area, we'll be
Yes.
there for BravoCon. We just might not be going to BravoCon. And then the Cowboys games. So here we go. BravoCon Fast Trivia. Which housewife franchise was the very first Bravo reality series?
Orange County.
Who is the longest running cast member in Below Deck history?
Oof. Is it Kate?
Captain Lee.
That was my second guess.
Which Vanderpump Rules cast member was a backup dancer for Lady Gaga? Well, this isn't that. It makes sense now. No, it makes sense. Think of who's doing everything, who is like branching out on her own.
Sheena.
Ariana. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's like hosting a show.
I know she's doing hosting Love
Yeah,
Island.
she's doing stuff.
Well, did you see Sheena has her own like Sheen line now? Like she's coming out and doing her own little things here and there. She wrote a book.
Interesting. Which housewife famously said, "Who gonna check me, boo?"
No idea.
Sheree.
Okay.
She by Sheree. Isn't that what Shay by Sheree?
Shay by Sheree.
And Sheree's what was her castle? What's the name of her castle? She calls her house Chateau Sheree. Which housewife owns the wine brand Witches of WeHo?
Housewife?
Which housewife owns the brand Witches of WeHo? This is weird. It says Vanderpump. Stassi, Schroeder, Christian. Wow,
yes, it's Stassi, Kristen, and
Wrongo. Bad job, Leslie. What's the name of Captain Sandy's Yawn's memoir?
Oh, Lord, no idea.
Be the calm or be the storm. Be the storm, Leslie. I'm tired of being the calm. Which Bravo series features the phrase, "Don't be all like uncool"?
Oh, that's my girl, Luann.
Yes, yes. In Southern Charm, which cast member's family is linked to a famous U.S. political dynasty? And it's not who you think it's going to be.
Well, it's not Shep.
Well, that makes sense. That's why he's friends with him. It's the mom, Patricia. So Whitney is friends related to the Vanderbilts through marriage. And I'm pretty sure I've seen Whitney hanging out with the son. He's always friends with Andy Cohen. They always do the Rockin' New Year's Eve thing together.
Oh, Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper. He's a Vanderbilt, right? I believe he's a Vanderbilt. So. And then that would make sense. Andy Cohen and Pat Schultz, whatever his name is. I don't know. I'd love to run it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on these people, these Bravo celebrities?
There's a few I would like to run into.
I'm too serious. I'd be like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong? And then they'd be like, we're just doing television.
Listen, there are a few people that if I ever saw in public, I would probably be like, hey, let's talk for a minute, right? But there's also a few that I'd be like, hey, let's go have some beers. Like, I feel like I could hang out with a few of them.
Yeah, I want to, I'd like to thump some of them really hard in the head. Okay, would you rather sit next to Ramona Singer on a cross-country flight or share a Vegas hotel room with the one and only Jax Taylor?
Oh, God, probably a hotel room with Jax.
Oh, God, no. Yeah. Ramona. I think I could match her crazy just for the flight.
Listen, I only sleep in Vegas in the hotel room, so it's not like I'm hanging out in there a lot with him.
Have Erica Jane style you for a week or have Kyle Richards manage your social media?
Style. Erica Jane.
Oh, that was a lame one. Why did I come up with that? Only watch reruns of Below Deck Med forever or only watch reruns of Vanderpump Rules forever?
Ooh, that's a tough one for me.
Oh, you like Below Deck Med?
I love all of them, but probably Vanderpump. There's a lot of drama and growth.
For me. Drama and growth. Get dragged in Housewives Reunion or roasted by Andy Cohen live on Watch What Happens Live?
Reunion.
Yeah, reunion. That'd be so much fun. I would match the crazy again. I think that's a running theme. Like I match my energy, so I just have to be super careful like who I'm around. Which NFL team has the most Super Bowl wins?
Oh, gosh.
Steelers or Patriots? Oh, it was a tie. Steelers and Patriots.
Okay.
I gave you the answer. What's the name of the Cowboys mascot?
Rowdy.
Yeah. Which Raiders quarterback famously wore eye black shaped like a pirate patch?
Oh, I don't know.
Derek Carr?
Hmm.
How many yards in a standard football field from end zone to end zone?
100.
Oh, good job. The halftime show is better than the game itself.
False.
The best part of going to a live game is the snacks.
False.
Snacks. Jerseys should be judged on fashion, not stats. Some of those jerseys are really ugly, and I'm like, you guys make way too much money to be doing. Like, they all look like sperm running
Well,
around on this green field.
It's a crime. They change them so
The gold
often.
ones, I hate the gold jerseys too. I'm like, y'all look naked running around out there.
I just don't like it. I mean, I love that like you rebrand every once in a while, but to change them every year or to come up with something new, it's like the fans don't have money to go buy $250 jerseys every other day.
Oh, yeah, the fans. Yeah. Cheerleaders are more entertaining than the players.
No.
Sit front row at the Super Bowl or be on the field for the winning touchdown celebration.
Field winning touchdown celebration.
Yeah, because you are going to then you're already there.
Right.
Yeah.
You're in the fields.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, you can win at both if you just choose that one. Eat only stadium food for a month or only drink flat beer for a year?
Stadium food for a month.
Have to wear the rival team's jersey for a season or have your favorite team lose every game that year?
Oh, neither. Like, bleh.
Oh, that was visceral. Okay, and our last one. Tailgate in Vegas sun with no shade or watch the football game from nosebleed seats in the freezing wind?
Tailgate in Vegas sun, no shade.
Yeah, we'll just get naked. Less clothes. Yeah. Bonni, I appreciate you for coming on after the Anchor podcast. Was it terrifying?
It was not at all.
Are you going to come back and do it again?
I will do it again.
I'm super excited, and then we can talk about all the things that we got rid of.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you for watching After the Anchor. I still haven't figured out how to close this out, but I just want to thank everyone who has stuck through this, and I hope that you are around for our next episode. And catch you later. Thanks, Bonni.
Thank you.